Alright, so just pull the battery out. It was just these two rubber straps, and obviously I only had to undo one terminal. Looks like it's pretty clean. I already pulled it up higher and it looks like it's in good shape. So I then proceeded to pull out the positive wire out of the bulkhead here. There's the hole here. So I can easily work on it instead of being in there. Here's the battery. I would not have guessed that it's only 4 months old. But hey, it was sitting in water. What do you expect? Corrosion is no joke. So here is the old terminal, which I'm going to have to cut off. Well, take the crimp off, cut it I guess, and then put a new terminal on there. So I'm going to have to go to the store to get one of those. I'll clean all this up and then plop it back in there and get some power to the bad boy. Alright, so I cleaned up the battery. I'm pretty surprised with like how corroded it is. Look at, here's the negative, looks pretty clean. Right? Here's the positive. Look, it's rotting. It's pretty aggressive. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Meaning, next season, even though it's a newer battery, I don't know. I hope that holds up and doesn't corrode more. It probably will. But anyway, here's the broken off terminal. Here's the wire. And here is the terminal I had in my toolbox. So looks like I'm gonna have to chop that right off and then crimp that on there. I don't really have a good crimper. Well, I usually use my vise, but my vise is in the basement, so we'll see how I end up crimping that. Looks like it's about 6 gauge. So, alright, I'll get back to that. Use the old trusty Kleins, snip that right off. And I strip the wire like that. And I put my new terminal on. Now I just gotta crimp it. I'd love to solder it, but crimping's just easier and, you know, a lot quicker. So, alright, let me crimp that and then we will be online. Alright, so I got that crimped. As you can see in there, I just put a little heat shrink over it before I heat it up. You can see the crimp in there. I'm mobile, so I used vice grips. Worked out pretty good, actually. A lot better than I thought. Copper's weak, so. Alright, so I got some heat shrink on there. I didn't have any red, so clear will have to do. Let's get this back. This is my butane torch for. I usually use a heat gun, but once again, I'm mobile. Alright, get this thing. We'll heat it up here. You'll see it shrink. Starting to shrink there. Looking nice. Sorry about the back camera. I love heat shrinking. It's pretty satisfying. Just don't want to burn it with this torch. It's pretty easy. And once it's on the top, gotta be careful. Have to burn it. I go until I see all the red or the color through that heat shrink. I think this butane torch is getting a little low. There we go. Just going down. And there's my end result. I usually go until you see the glue start pouring out the edges, just like that. Just like new. Hopefully it's stronger. This is a nice little terminal here. But alright, so I'm gonna let it cool off. I'm gonna run it back through, plug in the battery, and turn this thing on finally. So got the new terminal on right there. Heat shrunk, and it's good to go. I even put a new screw on there because the other screw was even rotted too, even though it's stainless. I don't know what happened. Probably some sort of oxidation with it sitting with all the water in here. And then I put some dielectric grease on that body right there on top of everything to hopefully prevent more corrosion if it happens anytime soon. But yeah, so that's done. That's nice. Alright, so we got power, I hope. So let's see what happens when I try to boot this thing up. I'm not going to crank it over. Maybe I will. I don't know. There's water in there. Alright, so key is in the plug, whatever that's called. Let's get the remote out. Alright, so unlock, lock, unlock. Oh, I got a beep. We got a dash. Security. So I don't really understand how this works that well yet, but cool. So yeah, there it shows I got 3/4 of the fuel tank, 94 hours, 94.3 hours on it. It's not too bad. See if I can play with this system here. I don't know what this will do. Will that Does it show me anything else on the screen? There's a button. I don't know. Oh, it went off. Let me hit unlock again. Unlock. I have no idea what I'm doing. I should probably read the manual before this. Well, that's the dash. I guess I'll figure out what else I can do with these buttons. It says volt and hours. I keep hitting it. I don't know what. Maybe I gotta do something different. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. So let's. I'm gonna hit the start. Not to start it. Just want to hear it crank. Yeah, she cranks. She moves. Okay, starter moves. So, the next thing I want to do is either flush the oil out, at least get that oil out, or fix the impeller that has a rope wrapper on it. Let's see what I get into next.